completely avoiding them. I'm not really going to get into as why, but like we haven't seen them play at all. And like just based on like the other teams that I'm talking to, they're like, yeah, like you crush us and Liquid crushes us. So like I don't really know.
Like who's better?
Yeah. So I think it should be good. I don't really have anything to go off of, so I'm just gonna try to play my best, I think.
This is Zento from Esports Heaven, and I have here with me Licorice from Cloud9 as the victorious top laner against CLG. Now, I want to kind of just touch on the games overall because you guys looked in form for the most part. But just run through your overall thoughts of the series itself.
Thoughts on the series? I think we just have the better players. Like I think that's basically what it came down to. I think that just like player for player, we generally are just better, like at least slightly. I think that was really evident in games 1 and 2, and then for the first like 20 minutes of game 3. You know? Like I think we were just like stronger than our lane opponents for the most part, so it made the games pretty like win lane, push your advantage, close out the game, or at least that was like the story of game 1 and 2. And then game 3, we kind of lost focus or something. I mean, it can definitely happen in a best of 5. It's happened to SKT before.
Yeah.
We were just watching that game, actually. It's SKT versus Samsung. And it looked like they had 3-0. They were up 2-0, like World Finals, up 10K gold, and they just throw it. And then all of a sudden it goes to 5 games. They still won, but I was like, oh, God.
Sounds like a little throwback, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, also it's spring split flashbacks.
So when I want to talk about that game in particular, because when you guys were like knocking onto the Nexus, everyone was saying there was this moment to where a black shield was incorrectly applied. I think it was to you instead of Sneaky.
Yeah.
And that was like where that team fight just kind of was a disaster. So like, can you run through that entire situation and maybe what you thought went wrong and like what the comms were like during that?
Yeah, I mean, we were looking to end. It was 3v3. We had a bunch of creeps with us, so it looked like it was definitely doable. And then, because I had no flash and no ult, so I went on him to like CC him, like QE and W him, and then he can't run out, so then he's gonna get dragged back, and like he just can't do any damage while that's happening. And then Zazel thought that I was gonna be able to kill him, so he put the black shield on me instead of Sneaky. And obviously I wasn't actually able to kill him. I was just kind of like chunking him and making it so he couldn't hit our wave or like Sneaky or anything. And then Sneaky ended up dying. I think I got out. I think I just like ran away. Maybe I died there. I don't remember.
I can't remember that.
I might have possibly got away. But yeah, I mean, it was just like a small misstep, and then the game was just like hard to close out because their comp like had really good zone control, and it kind of like scaled pretty well too. So like Zyra Khan is always like this scaling bot duo of menace.
Yeah.
So it felt pretty hard after that, and then Wiggly actually had a really nice play on me where he like trapped the Wraith Raptor Bush, whatever you want to call it, alone while his team was showing on midway, and he like solo stalled and like chunked me a lot. And then we like chased him when we shouldn't have, but I think it was still a really good play by him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you play that game again, you go back, like we should win like probably 9 out of 10 times, but that was just the one time we didn't, I think.
So I want to touch on the role swap as well too. I thought that was interesting. What was your take on it? Because you solo killed them.
Yeah. We briefly mentioned it in champ select or like in load screen. Me and Niski were like, oh, they could, because I was looking at runes. That's a mouthful. And then I was like, oh, these runes are wrong for this matchup.
Huh.
He had domination second, and generally you want resolve second versus GP, and I'm like, his runes are wrong. Like, we can just punish him. And then Niski was like, oh, well, they could swap, or like someone, like we had like a whole conversation about it, and I was like, and then we spotted them early, and then we were like, do we want to swap the lanes, or do we want to just lane them? And I was like, let's just lane them, you know, like whatever. Yeah. I think that it would have been really hard, but Power of Evil, I mean, he's just not used to playing top lane. Took the wrong path level 1 and got zoned from the creep wave. So then they're like Jarvan level 2 fake leash cheese gank or whatever. Didn't work out for them. And then they were just on the back foot from there, I think. So the game was like pretty simple.
What differences do you think there is between top lane and mid lane, not champions aside, just the geometry maybe of the lanes? Like, do you think it's that big of a difference, or how creep waves interact with each other?
There's not like massive differences. It's just like there are things that you have to know about, or you can get like punished really hard. Like he thought he could walk through river level 1 and get to lane, and you just cannot do that if you don't win level 1. Like you have to like run in with your wave and like try really hard not to get cheesed. And he just didn't know that because he hasn't played enough top lane. I'm sure there's similar things for mid lane. I'd say that like level 1s, like all-ins and jungle timings are the biggest differences between the two lanes. Because like with mid lane, your jungler is always like close to mid lane. Because like even if they're like bot river, top river, they can still come to mid lane. Whereas like top lane, it's like your jungler's bot side, like you're not getting any jungle help. So yeah.
Okay. So I want to touch on also your substitution earlier in the season with Kumo, and you had cited you were having wrist issues and whatnot. So how is that holding up now that time has passed?
It's been doing a lot better. I've been going to like my physical therapist every Monday still. Actually missed last week, but I'm going to try really hard to fit in this week. It's been good. I've been doing my exercises. I get like small amounts of pain occasionally, but generally it's a non-issue, I think. I should be fine through Worlds and playoffs, the end of playoffs for sure. I should be good for Worlds. And then I think that just having some time off, like to relax and recover, is going to be really, really good for me too.
Okay. So back, a couple splits ago, people were saying that you were undisputedly the best top laner in the entire league. Like there was no contest about this, that you were the best top laner. And then coming into this split, people noticed a dip or maybe a change in conversation about who is the best top laner. And so I guess what I'm getting at is, do you think that your wrist issues were like this issue which affected your performance, or do you even view your performance as slipped in that case?
Early in the split, I was definitely just practicing less, and I kind of felt it in the stage games. There was never like Rift Rivals aside, there wasn't really a game where I got outclassed or anything, but it definitely didn't feel as good as it used to. I think it's starting to get better now again. I think that the conversation for best top laner in North America probably, I don't want to bite the gun on tomorrow's series, but I think that Huni can be a really good top laner in the right situation, but he's not very like multi-dimensional. He's not like a super well-rounded player who's like good at everything, but I would say that me and Impact are probably like the best well-rounded players, and then Huni could contest us in the right meta, and I think that's kind of like my tier list for North America.
Yeah. So potentially you are going to be facing against Impact in the top lane, and both of you are also really well-renowned GP players. So how do you feel this top lane matchup is going to go, assuming that you do play against TL? Because I feel it's quite likely.
Yeah. I'm not sure. We actually haven't been scrimming Liquid at all in playoffs.
Okay.
We've been completely avoiding them. I'm not really going to get into as why, but like we haven't seen them play at all. And like just based on like the other teams that I'm talking to, they're like, yeah, like you crush us and Liquid crushes us. So like I don't really know.
Like who's better?
Yeah. So I think it should be good. I don't really have anything to go off of, so I'm just going to try to play my best, I think.
All right, keep those secrets close. Well, this has been Azento from Esports Heaven and Licorice from Cloud9. Thank you. I assume if you made it this far, you probably enjoyed the content. So if you did, subscribe, and also check out my other content that's more analytical and opinionated. But otherwise, keep it locked at esportsheaven.com, and I'll see you next time. Peace.